So restoration is, I think, a really important part of long-term drought management, and I think will play an increasing role in mitigating the effects of drought. Essentially, restoration is about restoring the health and the resiliency of the river's ecosystem function. How well can a river withstand going without the usual flows that it's used to experiencing and experiencing higher than normal temperatures?
We're in Curry County on the southwest Oregon coast, about 40 miles north of California. So it's an area that's very warm in the summertime, very wet and rainy in the wintertime, and we have very warm stream temperatures. Recreationally, salmon provide a big boost to our economy. We have a lot of fishermen, a lot of guides here, and salmon are a big part of the economy on the south coast. So our ideas here are to restore riparian areas so that we can create optimal habitat and optimal water conditions for spawning salmon. If the water does get heated, it gets warm and fish have to spend more time in cold water refugia, less time feeding, and they grow slower and are less healthy. And what we saw initially is that there was a huge spike in temperature, especially during the middle of the day on the lower part of this creek. And our goal was to remove that spike. And so we came in and did this riparian restoration, and we started looking the very next year. There wasn't much change for about 3 or 4 years. By 2000, the 5 years after the project was initiated, we had dropped the temperature 6 to 7 degrees between the upper and the lower part. By 2004, we had matched the temperatures almost perfectly. We began this project in 2003. We came in here and this was just a grassy pasture. We constructed the new channel and then planted trees, and this is what it looks like now in 2015. So this project was designed to augment flow in Gallagher Creek, and we succeeded in doing that. We know we succeeded because water table monitors showed us that we increased the water level, but we also know that from Gallagher Creek, where we've augmented the flows in Gallagher Creek. We probably added 3 to 4 weeks additional flow onto Gallagher Creek as a result of this project.
You know, the forecasts without action are pretty grim. I think we would all expect water quality to deteriorate if the status quo were to prevail. I think if restoration efforts continue to accelerate, which they are, there's a growing conservation community, there's a growing levels of coordination between conservation partners in the Rogue. Planning is approaching a level of detail that it never has before. And I think as long as the funding is there to support these efforts, I think you'll see restoration that is not only able to mitigate some of these climate change effects that we're being told about, but actually improve the health of the river to a level that fish can begin to thrive again and actually maybe even withstand some of these future droughts that we're looking at.